WJBF Live Viper 6 watching the tropics for possible development and the possibility of showers coming our way. 81 degrees with sunshine by 7 o'clock. We're at 80 and partly cloudy. We'll see what happens off the coast of Florida coming up next.
Now on News Channel 6 at 5, the Aiken County coroner taking legal action against the county. We're inside today's hearing over who the coroner can and cannot hire ahead.
It'll benefit the Masters, it'll benefit Augusta, it'll benefit the eastern part of Georgia.
There it is, road work beginning today officially to realign Berkman's Road. Find out if the change is going to be done in time for next year's tournament coming up.
Also, Langley Pond canceling several events tonight. Why the Aiken County attraction is losing popularity. Your News at 5 starts right now.
Live from Television Park in high definition. Coverage you can count on. This is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Hey everybody, I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining us. We begin with breaking news tonight. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office and the coroner are investigating a suspicious death. Happened at a home on Popes Lane in Trenton, South Carolina. A neighbor says she came over to check on the victim when she found him on the floor, unresponsive. There were signs of forced entry at the home. An investigation is underway right now. Count on News Channel 6 to keep you updated on this story.
Now to the Aiken County coroner suing Aiken County. The issue here is whether he or the county has the authority to use an outside company when it comes to transporting bodies. News Channel 6's Mike Miller has more.
Both parties were here in Barnwell County this morning for a hearing. They wanted to have today's proceeding in a neutral place because this case is an elected official versus the county he works in. Tim Carlton is suing the county because he wants to use a transportation service that his office has been using for years.
Where the goal was to try and get the county, or for the judge, to maintain the status quo, which would be to allow the coroner to continue to use his deputized agents to remove bodies from Aiken County.
Rucker Removal Services works with the coroner's office to remove bodies from the scene and then transport them to the autopsy lab. The county wants to use another company because it's cheaper, but the coroner wants to use Rucker because his office has an established relationship with the company.
He wants control of his office. The county's trying to utilize the procurement services and in a way then be able to choose who the coroner is going to work with. And we think that coroner as an elected official answers to the people, and the people put him in that position so that he could then run his office. County administrator shouldn't run the coroner's office.
But the county does have the authority to set the coroner's office budget. And Wednesday morning, county officials said that transportation services should have to go through the bidding process just like everyone else. Meanwhile, Rucker Removal Services says the county has not paid them in a year. And come May 15th, they won't be able to transport bodies for Aiken County anymore.
Right, and so at that point, you've got the coroner with his limited equipment and limited personnel who will be in a fix to try and figure out how to get deceased bodies moved around the county.
Tim Carlton's legal team wants the judge to unfreeze the transportation funding so he can pay Rucker Removal Services the more than $40,000 that the company says it's owed by Aiken County. Now, both parties are being asked to send their documents in by 5 o'clock on Monday. In Barnwell County, I'm Mike Miller, WJBF News Channel 6.
Autopsy results are on the way for a body found in Lake Thurmond. 44-year-old Danny Byers was found in Columbia County yesterday. The Warrenville, South Carolina native was with 3 friends when their boat turned over. 3 of them were able to swim to safety. Byers didn't. His death is being ruled an accidental drowning.
A major West Augusta road project is finally underway. Now it's a race to the finish before next year's Masters tournament. The project is the widening and realignment of Berkman's Road from Washington Road to Wheeler. Construction will add a center turn lane, making things safer for bikers and pedestrians. News Channel 6's George Escala is live at Berkman's Road tonight. And George, this project is slicing through some valuable and very busy land, at least for 1 week a year.
Right, phase 1 of this project does go right through some of the Masters parking areas, so there's a big push to get this done by next March ahead of next year's tournament. So city and state leaders on hand for the official groundbreaking of this project. Now, to speed things up, there's a unique agreement between the city and the golf club. The golf club fronting the money for the road work, with the city paying it back using transportation sales tax funds. Now, officials say this project will enhance this well-traveled corridor. It is not about just 1 week of the year.
Coming from really north to south, south to north, either way you want to look at it. And it's going to provide economic impact upon the regions that this road is going to be built on.
It's not just for the masters then?
No, absolutely not. It'll benefit the masters, it'll benefit Augusta, it'll benefit the eastern part of Georgia.
Now, the current Berkman's Road will stay open until construction on the new phase is complete, but the side streets, those are widely used as cut-throughs between Berkman's Road and Washington Road, will be shut down. I asked officials when that will take place. They say within a week or so. Reporting live in Augusta, George Escala, back to you.
A Richmond County murder suspect is in jail tonight. Deputies say 60-year-old Walter Johnson is charged with murder and possession of a firearm after a deadly shooting on Norris Lane. It happened Sunday night. Deputies say Johnson shot and killed 49-year-old Marion Utley. Utley was found outside the house. He had been shot in the chest. There's no word on a motive in this case.
A gun was found today at the Augusta Regional Airport. This one happened around 5 o'clock this morning in a passenger's carry-on bag. TSA workers say it was a .38 caliber handgun. Airport authorities took the weapon and escorted the passenger out of the checkpoint area. TSA workers want to remind everybody firearms can be transported, but only in your checked luggage, and you have to let the airline workers know about it. You can't carry those things on planes with you. This is the 4th gun discovered at Augusta Regional this year. Augusta Regional was practicing for disaster today. First responders were out there for a drill. Firefighters, medical response teams, and police officers reenacted a terrorist attack. Mock victims were given makeup to resemble serious injuries. They were even transferred to area emergency rooms. These drills are required by the FAA every 3 years.
People against the Palmetto Pipeline are meeting this week. The Push Back the Pipeline Coalition is encouraging everyone to come to the final GDOT hearing. It will be held tomorrow at 5 o'clock inside the auditorium at Augusta Tech in Waynesboro. The pipeline could carry up to 167,000 barrels of fuel each day from Jacksonville, Florida to South Carolina. It could begin operations in 2017. Hurricane experts are visiting South Carolina today. Forecasters and meteorologists are in Myrtle Beach for this year's National Hurricane Awareness Tour. The event helps prepare first responders and disaster relief groups for the severe weather. Hurricane season begins June 1st.
We do have a traffic alert if you are heading out now. I-20 is backed up on the eastbound lane. Cars are backed up all the way to the Washington Road exit at last check. They're doing some work out there and it's really causing congestion. I-20 east, take another route if you can.
Weather-wise, temperatures right now with partly sunny skies hold in the low 80s, just where they should be this time of year. You'll see a 79 currently in Aiken with an 83 in Augusta, so a fairly nice day. We've had a string of them over the past few weeks. Jiffy Lube Skyview network of I-20 in Columbia County looking eastward, lots of sun, just a few fair weather clouds today. WJBF Live Viper 6, skies are dry all across the CSRA. Of course, we're watching just off the coast of Florida the development of a low pressure system, which could bring a few showers to the area as we head towards Thursday and Friday. More on that in just a second. Tonight, a few clouds, 77 at 8, 69 at 10, and by midnight we're at 65 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 5. More on those rain chances coming up and your weekend forecast in just a second. Brad, Jenny.
Coverage you can count on continues with new information on the investigation into the leak at Langley Dam. Aiken County leaders have decided to cancel several big events because of the ongoing maintenance issues.
That means the revenue from those events is going to be gone, which could drastically affect the county's bottom line. News Channel 6's Margaret Ann Carter spent time with Aiken County's administrator today and asked about the move to pull the plug on these events. Margaret Ann?
That's right, Brad. Among the many events canceled for 2015 is the annual Augusta Invitational Rowing Regatta, which brings in hundreds of people to Aiken County. I reached out to the rowing club. They say they're disappointed that the event has been canceled. County Administrator Clay Killian says they're working their hardest to get Langley Pond back up and running because he knows they're losing money.
It was months ago that county leaders started looking into the Langley Dam leak.
Since then, the investigation has been at a standstill. Now, County Administrator Clay Killian says they finally reached their target water level, which will allow them to continue the investigation to find out what's causing the problems.
It's as low as it's ever been that anybody around here can remember. So we've gotten it down to where it's feasible for us to go in and do the rest of the work and check and see what needs to be done.
Killian says they've already found voids they know they're going to have to fix, but he's not sure of the extent or how long it will take to fix them.
The best way to say it is we're modernizing this dam by putting in these 5 permanent siphons to go along with the 3 temporary ones that we had already put in.
Killian says in the sales tax program, the county has money set aside to make Langley Pond more appealing, the goal being to attract more people and generate money.
It's going to take some money, but you have to look at the cost benefit of all the money that we had planned through sales tax to improve the park and the revenues that it brings to us and our surrounding community.
He knows canceling the rowing regatta this year will cost the county money.
I don't know that we've ever determined how much of that is actually what those dollar numbers are. I think it's significant, but I don't know that it's been quantified. So.
He says in the end, the positive impact of the improvements will outweigh the negative. Killian says he hopes to have some options of what to do by mid-June, when the investigation can finally take off. Back to you, Jenny.
Manny Pacquiao is going toe-to-toe again, but this time with fans.
Yeah, we're going to tell you why they are suing the boxer just a few days after that huge fight coming up.
First, though, controversy continues over footballs used by the New England Patriots. Find out which players may have known about that air taken out of the balls when News Channel 6 returns.